Welcome, my dear friends. Today we are going to dive into one of the deepest questions that human beings have ever asked. What is the ultimate reality of life? Different philosophies, religions, and thinkers have given different answers. Some say it is material wealth, some say it is happiness, some say it is heaven, some say it is knowledge. But Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual philosophy of the Upanishads, and the great teacher Adi Shankaracharya, gives us a timeless answer. The ultimate reality is Brahman, the infinite, unchanging, eternal consciousness that is your own true self. Advaita Vedanta begins with a simple yet revolutionary statement: Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. This means Brahman alone is real, the world of appearances is transient, and the individual self is not separate from Brahman. Let us unpack this. When we look at life on the surface, it seems to be a mixture of joy and sorrow, success and failure, birth and death. Everything changes. We grow from childhood to youth to old age. Relationships form and break. Wealth comes and goes. Even our bodies change every moment. Advaita Vedanta asks, if everything is changing, can this be the ultimate reality? The answer is no. Reality must be something permanent, something unchanging, something that underlies all change. And that, according to Vedanta, is Brahman. So what is Brahman? Brahman is pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss, Sat, Chit, Ananda. It is not an object outside you. It is not a distant God in the sky. It is the very ground of your being. It is that by which you know everything, the awareness that never leaves you. When you say I am, that feeling of existence comes from Brahman. But if Brahman is the ultimate reality, why do we see so much diversity, so much suffering, so many limitations in life? Vedanta explains this through the concept of Maya, illusion or ignorance. The world is not unreal like a fantasy. It is relatively real, just like a dream. When you dream at night, the dream appears real while it lasts. But when you wake up, you realize it was only a projection of your mind. Similarly, this waking world is also a projection of consciousness. It has relative reality, but the ultimate reality behind it is Brahman. Now, Advaita Vedanta makes a bold claim. The individual soul, the jiva, is not different from Brahman. We often think we are small, limited beings, identified with body, mind, name, and form. But Vedanta says, you are not the body, you are not the mind. You are not the changing emotions. You are the eternal witness, the consciousness in which all these appear and disappear. The wave thinks it is separate, but in truth, it is nothing but the ocean. In the same way, you are not a small part of reality. You are reality itself. This realization is called self-knowledge, or Atmajanana. And this knowledge is liberation, Moksha. When you realize your true self as Brahman, you are freed from fear, freed from sorrow, freed from birth and death. Because consciousness is never born, consciousness never dies. Only the body appears and disappears. So what does this mean practically? If the ultimate reality is Brahman and you are that, then the purpose of human life is to realize this truth. All other goals, wealth, pleasure, power, even good deeds, are secondary. They may give temporary satisfaction, but the deepest fulfillment comes only from knowing who you truly are. How do we realize this truth? Advaita Vedanta prescribes three main practices: Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Shravanam means listening to the teachings of Vedanta from the scriptures and teachers. Mananam means reflecting on these teachings deeply, removing doubts. Nididhyasanam means meditating on the truth until it becomes your direct experience. Along with this, the seeker cultivates viveka, discrimination between the real and the unreal, and vairagya, detachment from fleeting pleasures. A pure mind, gained through selfless action and devotion, becomes the ground in which knowledge blossoms. Let us take an example. Suppose you feel anxious about the future. You think, what will happen to my job, my health, my relationships? Vedanta reminds you, all these are part of the changing world, Jagat Mithya. They come and go. The one unchanging witness, Brahman, is always untouched. When you identify with that, anxiety loses its grip. Another example, suppose someone insults you. Normally you feel hurt, but Vedanta tells you the insult touches only the ego, the false identification. Your true self is pure consciousness. Can words ever harm it? Never. This realization gives you unshakable calm. This is why Advaita Vedanta is not just philosophy, but a practical way to live with freedom. By shifting your identity from the small self to the infinite self, you handle life with peace, dignity, and fearlessness. Now let us go even deeper. Many people ask, if Brahman is the only reality, why do we still experience this world so vividly? Vedanta answers, as long as ignorance, avidya, remains, the world appears real. But when knowledge dawns, just as the rope is seen instead of the snake, the illusion falls away. Imagine walking in semi-darkness. You see a rope on the ground but mistake it for a snake. Fear arises. But when you shine a light, you realize it was only a rope. The snake disappears, but the rope remains. Similarly, when the light of Vedantic knowledge shines, the illusion of separateness disappears, and only Brahman remains. This is the ultimate reality of life. Not the fleeting pleasures, not the temporary pains, not even the endless cycle of desires, but the eternal, unchanging self. The sages of the Upanishads declare, Tvam asi, that thou art. You are that Brahman. The great joy of Vedanta is that it doesn't ask you to believe blindly. It asks you to inquire, to reflect, to experience directly. Ask yourself, who am I? Am I the body? The body changes. Am I the mind? Thoughts come and go. Am I emotions? They rise and fall. Then what remains? That pure awareness, unchanging, eternal. That is the ultimate reality. And when you realize this, life is transformed. You still live, you still act, you still love and serve, but now with freedom, with calmness, with fearlessness. Because you know that behind all change, you are the changeless. Behind all limitation, you are the limitless. Behind all appearances, you are the reality. So my dear friends, according to Advaita Vedanta, the ultimate reality of life is Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, and that is your own self. Realize this truth, and you will see that there is nothing to seek, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You are already complete. You are already free. That is the highest wisdom, the highest fulfillment.